May I come in, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, please sit.
Thank you, ma'am.
So you're Anjan Jyoti Doley.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
Ma'am, I'm fine.
Okay, and we see you're from Dhemaji.
Yes, ma'am.
Your optional is history. When did you complete your BTech?
Ma'am, I completed my BTech in 2015 from NIT Silchar.
Okay, after that, did you join any job?
Yeah, I had a job in a financial technology company in Chennai for 2 years.
For 2 years. What
Yes.
was your role in that?
I was a project associate, ma'am.
And what did you do? What were
Ma'am,
your
I
tasks
worked on
like?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I worked on the front end of the financial technology company. Like when you log into SBI, you see the main web page where you have like personal account and saving account. When you go into those and when you see your account and all the links, that is the front end part, ma'am. I worked on those.
Okay. So what were your biggest learnings during those years that you can apply in civil services?
Ma'am, I would say my biggest learning from there was professionalism and I would say integrity and working and teamwork, ma'am.
And did you appear APSC before this time? or
Yes,
is
ma'am.
it-
I appeared once
Okay.
in the 2000 CC 2018.
So, till which phase did you go?
Ma'am, so I have written mains. Then I couldn't qualify mains.
Okay, your option was history back then?
Yeah, history and political science, sir.
History and political science.
Why not computer science?
Ma'am, I have already been working for 2 years before that. So I thought that it will be a change of pace to have history as my optional because I was also interested in history, learning about our past so that I can apply them in the present context.
Present day Morigaon কোনটো বংশৰ ৰজাই ৰাজত্ব কৰিছিলে?
Ma'am, I'm not sure, but it was mainly, I think, Khaklari Kingdom.
Khaklari.
Yes, from Gwalpar. Their capital was in Dimapur, ma'am.
I'm asking about Morigaon.
Morigaon. Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, I got it wrong. During ancient history of Assam, it was ruled by King named Bana, and after that, it was annexed by the Chutias. Then after Chutias, Ahom came. Then after Ahom, the Kus king came, ma'am.
Okay.
Have you heard about Jungal Boloho, Ari Motto?
Morimotto.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
Do you take interest only in the mainstream Indian part of history or history in general?
Ma'am, I'm interested in both, but since I have started my preparation for civil services, UPSC civil services, so my main focus was on Indian history with a little focus on the Ahom history because it was the part of the syllabus of UPSC history optional.
Can you name some Neolithic sites in Assam?
Ma'am, it is not, ma'am, I'm not able to recall, but from northeast, there is one in Nepchik in Nagaland, Manipur, ma'am, I'm sorry. Then...
Is Deojali Hading Neolithic site?
Yes, sir, it is in Dima House, I guess.
Dimahasa, okay.
Supreme Court has made sex work legal.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to comment on it critically.
Ma'am, I think we should look at that thing in a holistic way because nobody is voluntarily into sex work. So I guess that when we talk about sex works, we have to look at the social, economic and political angle of those because I have studied in NIT Silchar and there was a famous sex work house called 14 number Gully in Silchar. It has historical perspective as well. Like in Second World War, it was established in Second World War to cater to the soldiers there, stationed there, British soldiers. So we have to also look at the political angle and economic angle. In prospect, we have to give them rehabilitation if we are to push them away. And I think that it shouldn't be forced. It should be a voluntary, so that the societies also accept them, and there should be an information dissemination about them being a part of the society and how we must accept them.
ACS and IS are totally different services. Once you join Assam Civil Services and then you happen to move to IS, then whole training and all the money government has spent on you will go waste. So why would government still want to join you, knowing that you might be joining the IS or Central Civil Services?
So I think that the role of both are same. Both are civil servants, and the work profile are same. Although there may be some difference in the rank and class, but I think that overall the work is the same. And suppose I have been selected for civil services this year, then I think it will add if I get Indian Administrative Service in the future exams, because the experience working in the ground level will not be futile, I guess. So.
But there will be great loss to the exchequer training you. So should you rather, let some other person who is willing to join only the civil service, Assam Civil Services, and you be focused on Indian Administrative Service?
So I think that it is not a matter of whether joining, because the base level of the work is the civil service. Even if I if I join this time and if I go for Indian Administrative Service in the future exams, then I think government will fill that up with more suitable candidates in the future exams. Sir.
What is your biggest regret in life?
My biggest regret in life, so I guess I not being selected for Indian Defense Academy after my 12th.
But that is more like a failure instead of a regret. Regret precisely. What do you think you could have done differently, but you didn't?
Ma'am, I could have prepared for the SSB interview a little bit better at that time.
So, do you think the anti-surrogacy bill that became an act later on was good in terms of those people who had been earning through surrogacy?
Ma'am, I think what I can recall right now, that altruistic surrogacy is permitted, means where there is no financial transaction, and only the forceful and those who are for monetary benefits that are being illegalized by the government under this act. But when we come to the commercial nature of that one, I think the government's main issue right now was a lot of issues were happening. Ma'am, I would like to give an example of the same. There was a Japanese couple like 5 years back when the surrogacy bill was not being passed. They came here for surrogacy, and there was a woman who was chosen for their baby, but after some time they separated and they didn't accept the baby. So I think government has looked at every point, and so they have accepted the altruistic argument.
Feudalism, our Indian feudalism and Western feudalism is what key differences?
So, ক'বলৈ এতিয়া মোৰ যিমানখিনি মনত পৰিছে, Indian feudalism to বেছি structured নহয়. Western feudalism is more structured. আৰু Western feudalism যোনটো হিঙৰ চেন্ট্ৰেল মানে যোনটো হিঙৰ ৰজা আছিলে, হিঙৰ লগত they were coexisting peacefully. But in India, feudalism came when the central authority was weak. And there were some institutes like which I'm not able to sir recall right now.
Okay, no problem.
Ancient republics বুলি ক'লে আপোনাৰ কি মনত পৰে?
So ancient republics were those where head were elected or they had a collegium type of government. Like Mahajanapadas, there were two Mahajanapadas, like Virji and Malla, who were republics in nature.
আমাৰ
Yeah, please go ahead.
আমাৰ কনষ্টিটিউশ্যনত বেচিক ষ্ট্ৰাকচাৰ বুলি ক'লে কি বুজো আমি?
Ma'am, it was given by the Supreme Court in the Keshav Nande Bharti case, 1973, whereby fundamental features like federalism and secularism were defined as core constituents which cannot be negated by any constitutional amendment.
So, তাৰ সেই ধাৰাটো ক'ত আমি পাওঁ কনষ্টিটিউশ্যনত? ক'ত ডিফাইন কৰিছে?
Ma'am, basic structure is not defined in the constitution, but it is a judicial order that has created basic structure, so that the fundamental nature of the constitution doesn't changes.
Okay. World Health Organization তাত কিবা কিছুমান ৰিফৰ্মছৰ কথা চলি আছিলে. Can you talk about a few reforms that you think should be brought into?
Ma'am, there was a big debate after the COVID-19 outbreak about its response, and presently there was a data out whereby they have estimated number of deaths in India, that the government of India has rejected those claims. I think that more transparency should be involved with the WHO, and every member, especially those of African and South American and Southeast Asian nations and South Asia, where most of the tropical diseases which are mostly those spreads more quickly, like SARS-CoV-2. So transparency should be the greatest strength with the association of the least developed countries and developing countries.
Bogibil এতিয়া হৈ যোৱাৰ পৰা pros-বোৰটো সবে জানে, কিবা cons আছে নেকি আপোনাৰ মতে, because you are a resident of Dhemaji?
I think so. Out of all the positives, one negative is the increasing accidents, that I would say. And মই এইটো পজিটিভ নেগেটিভ বুলি ক'ব নাযাওঁ ছাৰ, বাট যিহেতু বগীবিল বনোৱাৰ কাৰণে ট্ৰেফিক বহুত হৈছে ধেমাজিত, চ' আই থিংক ৰোড মেইনটেনেঞ্চটো আৰু মানে ফ্ৰিকুৱেঞ্চিটো আৰু বাঢ়িব লাগে ৰোড মানে মেইনটেনেঞ্চৰ. আই গেছ দিছ টু ছাৰ.
আপুনি ইয়াত লিখিছে trying new cuisines as one of your hobbies.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the latest one that you have tried?
I have tried jado, sir, from Shillong, and also
Jado.
Yes.
Rice.
Jado rice. Morning breakfast in Shillong.
কেনেকৈ সেইটো try কৰে মানে you try to cook or you taste?
I taste, ma'am.
Okay.
Like
What
I
is it made
am
of?
a big fan of Afghani cuisine and Mughlai cuisine, ma'am.
Afghani and Mughlai. কিবা similarities আছে?
দিল্লীত আছিলে নেকি আপুনি?
Yes, sir.
ক'ত আছিলে?
মই old Rajendra Nagar আছিলোঁ, sir.
Old Rajendra Nagar, no? তাত আপোনাৰ গোটেই দিল্লী কুজিনৰ ভিতৰত আপোনাৰ কোনটো ভাল লাগিলে চবতকৈ বেছি?
So I would guess লাজপত নগৰত যোনটো আফগান ৰেফিউজি আছে, তাত যোনটো মাজাহাৰ বুলি এটা ৰেষ্টুৰেণ্ট আছে, ইট ইজ ওৱান অফ দ্য বেষ্ট, আই গেছ.
আফগানী কুজিন.
কিমান ট্ৰাই কৰিছে আপুনি, কিমান ডিফাৰেণ্ট টাইপছ অফ কুইজিনছ আপুনি এটা ৰেঞ্জ এটা কওকচোন?
মেম, মই ক'বলৈ গ'লে মই চেন্নাইত চাকৰি কৰিছিলোঁ, চ' চাউথ ইণ্ডিয়ান কুইজিন. দেন দিল্লীত থাকোঁতে মই আফগানী, পাৰ্চিয়ান আৰু মোগলাই কুজিন, স্পেচিয়েলি ফ্ৰম অল্ড দিল্লী.
কৰিমছ গৈছে নে আপুনি?
য়েছ ছাৰ.
কৰিমছ?
য়েছ ছাৰ.
গুৱাহাটী কৰিমছখনত গৈছে নাই?
নাই যোৱা ছাৰ, বাট যোনটো অল্ড ৰাজেন্দ্ৰ নগৰত এটা আছে কৰিমছ, সেইটোত গৈছোঁ ছাৰ.
আচ্ছা, এই আপোনাৰ জামা মছজিদৰ ওচৰত থকা কৰিমছৰ এটা ছেইম টেষ্ট হয়নে তাৰ?
য়েছ ছাৰ, দিল্লীৰটো ছেইম হয়. এণ্ড মেম, আমাৰ অসমত ক'ব গ'লে আমাৰ যোনটো মিচিং ট্ৰাইবৰ ফুড হয়, যেনেকৈ পেৰেডয়িং, আৰানয়িং, ডেট আৰ ভেৰি গুড, মেম.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Doley.